सर स्टार्ट करूं?
हाँ जी, करें स्टार्ट।
चलो ठीक है। अस्सलाम वालेकुम, my name is Naila Iqbal. The topic of my talk is how to use electricity from biogas. Overview: Biogas technology, the generation of a combustible gas from anaerobic biogas digestion, is a well-known technology. There are already millions of biogas plants in operation throughout the world, whereas using the gas for direct combustion in household stoves or gas lamps is common. Producing electricity from biogas is still relatively rare in most developed countries. In industrialized countries, power generation is the main purpose of biogas plants. Conversion of biogas to electricity has become a standard technology. The technology: Biogas is the gas resulting from an anaerobic digestion process. A biogas plant can convert animal manure, green plants waste from agro-industry and slaughterhouses into combustible gas. Biogas can be used in similar ways to natural gas in gas stoves, dams, or as fuel for engines. It consists of 50 to 75% methane, 25 to 45% carbon dioxide, 2 to 8% water vapor, and traces of oxygen, nitrogen, ammonia, hydrogen sulfide. Compare this with natural gas, which contains 80 to 90% methane. The energy content of the gas depends mainly on its methane content. Carbon content is desirable. Certain carbon dioxide and water vapor content is unavoidable, but sulfur content must be minimized, particularly for use in engines. The average calorific value of biogas is about 21 to 23.5 megajoule per meter cube, so that 1 meter cube of biogas corresponds to 0.5 to 0.61 diesel fuel, or about 6 kilowatt hours. The biogas yield of a plant depends not only on the type of feedstock but also on the plant design, fermentation, temperature, and retention time. Gas production figures: if the daily amount of available dung is known, gas production per day in warm tropical countries will approximately correspond to the following values: 1 kg cattle dung, 40 liters biogas, 1 kg buffalo dung, 30 liters biogas, 1 kg pig dung, 60 liter biogas, 1 kg chicken, dropping 70 liter biogas. Some additional facts: each kilogram of biodegradable material yields 0.4 meter cube of gas. Gas slides consume about 0.1 meter cube of gas in 1 hour. Conversion to electricity. Theoretically, biogas can be converted directly into electricity by using a fuel cell. However, this process requires very clean gas and expensive fuel cells. Therefore, this option is still a matter of research and is not currently a practical option. The conversion of biogas to electric power via generator setup is much more practical. In contrast to natural gas, biogas is characterized by a high knock resistance and hence can be used in combustion motors with high compression rates. In most cases, biogas is used as fuel for combustion engines, which convert it to mechanical energy, powering an electric generator to produce electricity. The design of an electric generator is similar to the design of an electric motor. Most generators produce alternating AC electricity, therefore also called alternators or dynamos. The technology is well known and maintenance is simple. In most cases, even universally available three-phase electric motors can be converted into generators. Technologically far more challenging is the first stage of the generator set, the combustion engine using the biogas as fuel. In theory, biogas can be used as fuel in nearly all types of combustion engines, such as gas engines, automotive, diesel engines, gas turbines, and motors, etc. Appropriate combustion engines, external combustion engines, Stirling motors. In such motors, biogas is combusted externally, which is in turn heats the Stirling motor through a heat exchange. The gas in the Stirling motor hence expands and thereby moves the mechanism of the engine. The resulting work is used to generate electricity. Stirling motors have the advantage of being tolerant of fuel composition and quality. They are, however, relatively expensive and characterized by low efficiency. Their use is therefore limited to a number of very specific applications. In most commercially run biogas power plants today, internal combustion motors have become the standard technology, either as gas or diesel motors. Internal combustion engines, diesel engines. Diesel engines operate on biogas only in dual fuel mode. To facilitate the ignition of the biogas, a small amount of ignition gas is injected together with the biogas. Modern pilot injection gas is injected. Engines need about 2% additional ignition oil. Almost every diesel engine can be converted into a pilot injection gas engine. These motors running in dual fuel mode have the advantage that they can also use gas with low heating value, but in that case, they consume a considerable amount of diesel, up to engine size of about 200 kilowatts. The pilot injection engines seem to have advantages against gas motors due to slightly higher efficiency, more and cost. Gas motors. Gas motors with spark ignition can operate on biogas alone. In practice, a small amount of petrol is often used to start the engine. This technology is used for very small generators sets 0.5 to 10 kilowatts as well as for large power plants. Especially in Germany, these engines have advantages as they do not need additional fossil fuels that would lead to lower feed-in trophies according to renewable energy law. Appropriate gas quality. For use in gas or diesel engines, the gas must fulfill certain requirements. The methane content should be as high as possible as this is the main combustible part of the gas. The water vapor and carbon dioxide content should be as low as possible, mainly because they lead to a low calorific value of gas. The sulfur content in particular, mainly in form of hydrogen sulfide, must must be low as it is converted to corrosion causing acids by condensation and combustion. The water vapor content can be reduced by condensation in the gas storage or on the way to the engine. The reduction of the content in the biogas can be addressed with a range of technical methods. These can be classified as chemical, biological, or physical and divided into external and internal methods. Favorable temperature for methane. The time period for which material can be kept in digester depends on the temperature of the digester. 50 degree is needed for holding the material, slurry or organic waste for 2 weeks, while at 15-degree temperature it can be prolonged for 2 months. Average it is about 1 month. What is the amount of material kept in the digester per day? And then multiply by 30 to calculate the size of digester. Anaerobic digestion occurs in the temperature range of 0 degree to 65 degree. The optimum temperature for methane production is 29 degree to 35 degree, as in this range microbial activity takes place. Liter gas production occurs below 16 degrees. pH. This graph shows that first the pH is on higher side and reaction inside the bottles continues. It starts decreasing and after day 3 it becomes acidic, then water added to dilute and then pH increases. Energy requirement for heating a slurry. Energy required for heating the slurry can be calculated by using the formula Qt is equal to mc multiplied T2 minus T1. Qt is the total heat expressed in kilojoule, m is the mass expressed in kilogram, C is the specific heat of slurry expressed in kilojoule, T2 is the desired temperature of slurry and T1 is the current temperature of the slurry. Mass of slurry is equal to volume of digester multiplied diameter of slurry. Density of slurry. V is the volume expressed in meter cube and density in kilogram per meter cube. Density of slurry is equal to density of water multiplied density of poured dung. Density of water is 100 kilogram per meter cube. Density of poured dung is 0.13 kilogram per meter cube. Putting these values in equation 2, density of slurry is 1000 plus 0.13 divided to approximately 500 kilogram per meter cube. From equation 1, we can get the mass of slurry by multiplying volume of digester with density of slurry calculated above. Specific heat of slurry is equal to specific heat of water plus specific heat of powder divided 2. 4.2 plus 2.8 divided 2 is equal to 3.5 kilojoule per kg degree. Putting these values in equation 1, we can know the energy required for heating the slurry. That's all from my side.
जी कोई क्वेश्चन किसी ने करना है? अच्छा नायरा ये बताएं कि ये बायोगैस से हम पाकिस्तान में ज्यादा क्यों नहीं इतना बना रहे, इस बारे में कहीं पे कोई सर्वे वगैरह पढ़ा आपने?
नो सर, मैंने नहीं पढ़ा इस बारे में।
क्योंकि ये छोटे छोटे प्रोजेक्ट तो हैं, इसके कुछ यूनिवर्सिटीज में, एग्रीकल्चर यूनिवर्सिटी में काम हुआ था शुरू। इसके अलावा मैंने फैसलाबाद में एक डेयरी फार्म था, वहां पे देखा उन्होंने अपना इस चीज को पूरा बनाया हुआ था। मैंने देखा उन्होंने एक कुआं खोद के उसके अंदर सारा बायो फ्यूल का जो मटेरियल है वो रखा और उससे अपना फार्म हाउस की जो डेयरी फार्म था उनकी कैटल्स वगैरह उसे काउज वगैरह सारी वहां पे थी।
जी
और बाकी तो नहीं मैंने देखा कहीं पे भी इतना। तो इस क्यों नहीं इस पे काम होता वैसे? कोई इसमें लिमिटेशन, आई मीन टू से कोई प्रॉब्लम आती है चलाने में या कोई और इशू है? कोई इस बारे में कोई पढ़ा आपने कि ये वाला इसमें इश्यूज हैं जिसकी वजह से लोग इस पे इतना नहीं करते फोकस?
सर, शायद यहाँ पे ज्यादातर को पता ही नहीं होता तो इसीलिए नहीं करते।
हाँ लेकिन अवेयरनेस तो होती है काफी लोगों को कि ये चीज है। बहरहाल अच्छा जी, वो अब उसकी भी थी प्रेजेंटेशन।